Hi, welcome to Auntie Nat's Crochet. Thank you for choosing this tutorial video. Do check out my other videos too. If you don't mind, please do subscribe to my channel. The subscribe button is at this corner of the video. I have hundreds over videos from crochet to amigurumi, clothes to toys, hats to bags, and lots more to come. And today I'm going to make a top, a sleeveless top, or you can call it a blouse. And I'm going to use these two color. They are cotton yarn, and I'm going to use a 5mm hook because this is not a very thick yarn, so 5mm hook is just nice. Okay, now let's start. Okay, I'm going to make a chain. This chain is from the front panel all the way up to the back panel. So when you measure, after you make the chain, you measure against your body, that is from the front right to the back. So we're gonna make something like a rectangle thing, fold it, and you get a top. So now I'm gonna make a knot. This is just my habit of making a knot. I'm gonna chain 80, yeah, 80, and see how long it will go. And I'll come back to you and let you know how long is 80. It also depends on what type of yarn you use and also your hook size. Your hook size is rather small, and maybe you might need to make more stitches. And if your hook size is big, you might need to do less stitches. So I'll come back to you once I have the length that I want. Okay, I mentioned wrongly just now. It should be 180 chain, a chain of 180 stitch and not 80. So this is going to be the front panel, this is the back panel, and this will be the shoulder part. So it's all linked. So from here, you can actually use a 6mm hook or 8mm hook or even a 10mm hook, so that the chain will be bigger and your number of chain will be less. So depending how you want your pattern to be, I want it smaller, so I use a 5mm hook. So now by right you should make it into a multiple of 3. I'll show you why it's in a multiple of 3. So once I have 180 stitches, I'm gonna add 2 more. 1, 2. I'm gonna chain 2. After I chain 2, I'm going to do double crochet on the 4th stitch from the hook. This is the hook. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, go to the 4th stitch and do a double crochet. And you chain 2 and do a double crochet into the same stitch. And you're gonna yarn over, you're gonna double crochet again. This time no need to chain 2, but you're gonna skip 2, skip 1, skip 2. You're gonna do double crochet and you're gonna chain 2, and you're gonna do double crochet into the same stitch, and you're gonna repeat the same thing until the end of the row, and you're gonna get something like this. See the V shape? It's kind of like a mini triangle inside. So at the bottom here, it doesn't really matter whether you're going to do on the bum side or not the bum side, because I think I'm just gonna leave the edge like this. And then I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of the row. Make sure you check your work, that you didn't do extra. Chain 2 here. I did 1 or 2, so I redo. So which means this triangle linked to this triangle, there's no chain 2 in between. So you check your work. And one more thing, I forgot to mention that once you skip 2, if you put your hook onto the top part here, it might cause a hole. So go to the bottom strand where you have 1 strand in the bottom, 2 strand on top. You have 2 strand on top. You have 3 strand here altogether. You make sure you have 2 on top, 1 at the bottom before you do your double crochet. This way you will not create a hole. If not, you will have a big hole here. And just in case, because it's in multiple of 3, and so happen that your chain stitch is wrong and you didn't end up with this last stitch here, maybe you have extra, all you have to do is open this up, because this is just a knot. Open the knot and pull a bit and tie a knot. That's how you shrink it back. But mine so happened is exactly the same, so I don't have to do that. Or you can just hide this away just in case. So then you don't have to open up the whole thing and redo, because this is just a knot. You can open up this knot and pull a few and tie a knot again. So now for row 2, gonna chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn the work, and now we are going to work double crochet on all this space area. 1 double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet in the same chain 2 space, and you get something like this. And to the next chain 2 space. This is not a chain 2 space, this is a chain 2 space. This is a space, does not mean you can do it here. We're going to do it on the chain 2 space. So chain 2, and you're going to do double crochet again into the same chain 2 space. So you will get something like this. So remember, this is not the chain 2 space, this is just the skip 2 space. So you yarn over, go to the chain 2 space, yarn over, go to the chain 2 space, and you chain 2, and you yarn over, going to the chain 2 space, and you get something like this. And check your work every row before you go to the next row. So I'm going to continue to do this until row 9 or 10, depending, because I'm not sure how wide this is going to be. I'm going to work until it is it covers half of my body, and before I start to make the hole for the neck. So this try and do up to 10 rows first, 9 to 10 rows, and see how it goes, and see how wide is the blouse, is the top, and then I'll decide when to do the hole for the head. Come back to you once I reach row 9 or row 10. Okay, this is how it look like. This is how the edge will look like. The bottom of your blouse, it will look like this. The part where we did chain 3 before we turn and start to do the pattern. So we do chain 3, it will come off like this at the bottom. of the blouse. So we were gonna have the back panel and the front panel at the same time, and we're gonna fold this into two, and you're gonna get something like this. You fold it into two, and you make sure the width here covers half of your body. I'm not sure what type of yarn you're using or the hook size, so your number of rows and mine might differ. So you just measure it against your body. You would think this is already half, it covers half of the body. So now we're gonna make the other half. So before we make the other half, I'm gonna make the hole for the head. So you fold it into two, exactly two, you fold it into two. This is exactly two. So I leave one marker here and one over here. So the hole is gonna be this way. Some of it will be at the back and some of it will be in front. So depending whether you want the front part to be lower, the back part starts from here, or I want the front part to be slightly higher, but for the head to go in here, I have to adjust a bit more. So this have to go down. So you continue the pattern until this marker here. So same thing, you go to the chain 3 space, you skip this space here, this hole here, go to the chain 3 space and do a double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet into the same chain 2 space. And now from here until here, you count and see how many boxes, see how many holes here that you actually use for the head. So mine is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12. So one of it is 3 stitches, so 12 times 3, so I should make 36. So chain 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, oops, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So I have 36, chain 36, so it should reach here, exactly here. And you're going to do again the double crochet onto that chain 3 space, a chain 2 space. You continue with your double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and again jump to the next chain 2 space, you double crochet, chain 2, and you double crochet, and again you continue with this pattern and leaving this hole here for the head. You can, by now you can just slip it on and see if it fits, or is it too big or too small, and you can adjust it and continue until the end, to the other half of the blouse. Okay, once you come to this line here, this last one, let me build one more first. It's double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and here we're gonna do like what we did on the foundation chain. We're gonna skip 2, we're gonna do double crochet, chain 2, and we're gonna do double crochet onto the same stitch, and we're gonna skip 2, chain 2, go to the same chain, same stitch, and do this a double crochet, so you get back something like this, and then you continue to build. So if you want to change color, I'll show you later. I'm going to use a different color yarn over this patch here, one small patch here, and once I come to that, I'll show you how I change color. Okay, I just want to show you how I'm gonna change color. I do not mind that this starts from here. If you mind, then you make sure you cut your yarn and it starts from here. I want it to just start just about anywhere, so long when I finish this yarn. I'm gonna start with this yarn. So I'm gonna tie. You tie this one, the gray one, to itself. You tie the gray one to it, the gray, and tie the brown one with the brown. And when you pull tight, and you have a tiny knot, and you just cut away all this, and it will not come off. So you have a tiny knot here, and I'll just continue to crochet. This is actually a very simple pattern. It's that you have to repeat and repeat and repeat until you are done. So I've come to this knot here. So happen it hides around my double crochet. So once I double crochet, you can't really see the knot, and just continue with the new yarn. Whoops. And this yarn has bits and bits of other colors, a little bit of pink, a little bit of blue. I hope that after washing, all these tiny colors will still be there. So it looks as if there will be polka dots of yellow, dots of blue, which I think would be kind of interesting. Anyway, this yarn is slightly thicker than the gray yarn, but it's okay. It's not that different. It's not really that different. Just a bit. This is slightly thicker than this. So I'll continue the whole thing and see how it will look like. I'll come back to you and see how I'm going to sew the sides. Okay, I've come to the last part here. So once this is the length that I want, just chain one, make a knot, leave a bit of a tail, and later I'm gonna hide the tail along here. And once you've done that, you fold it into two. You fold it into two. This is how the bottom part look like. The front panel and the back panel, and you have the middle part here. This is your neckline, and the sides here, you decide. It's best that you decide what you want the armhole to be, because different person have different arm size. So I'm not going to give you the measurement. So you measure here how much you want, whether you want it to be a bigger hole or a smaller hole. And I am not going to stitch all the way here. I'm going to stitch up to here and leave this open like this. So I'm going to stitch from here. Let's say, for example, this is the one I want. I'm going to measure later. So I'm gonna sew from here until here. Sew from here until here with a tapestry needle and leave this part like this. And do the same to the other side. Okay, I'm going to sew it with a tapestry needle. Just take the I'll take the front loop here and the back loop from this side. Make sure this side you measure correctly, that it is exactly the same as not, and it's not like one is higher than the other. And you do this way. At the end here, I will just tie a knot, and I'm gonna weave this to the rest. Let me show you how it will look like. See, you will not notice the it will not show like it will show like it's just a crochet. You will not be able to see the stitch. So you take the back loop from this side and the front loop from this side and go all the way up until the sleeve, the armhole. And if you want to do it another round, you can come back again. 2 rounds, so you'll be very secure. Just follow these stitches here. And it's quite invisible, and once you open up, it will look like this. Front and back won't show any sign of like that you connect it. If you're going to do single crochet, you're going to see the lines, so you can actually flip this backward, you know, flip the other way to wear and flip it back this way, so it doesn't really matter. So I'll come back to you once I have it done on both sides. This is how the finished product look like. This is how the bottom part look like. I leave a gap here. I didn't sew all the way down, so both sides looks like this at the bottom. And this is how the top look like. This is sleeveless. If you want, you can make sleeve. And this is the neckline. So thank you for watching. Hope you like this pattern. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next post.